Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Zero Analyst. This is the video 5 of our SQL mock interview series. Today I'm going to take SQL mock interview with one of my followers whose name is Swarup. He has a 1.8 year of experience as a software engineer. Now he is shifting to data analyst. Do watch the video till the end because in this video I'm going to ask multiple complex SQL interview questions which has been asked by multiple different companies. So let's wait for him to join the call. Then we're going to start the video. Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's have a quick introductions, Swarup. So I would just like to know a little bit about yourself, like your educations and yourself, if you have any experience or if you have worked in any projects and your little bit of about your skill set. Okay. So let's
Yeah,
start.
sure. Yeah. So first of all, I'll start with the introduction. So my name is Swarup and I'm from Nellore, so which is from Andhra Pradesh. And I passed out in the year of 2022. So I pursued my bachelor's in electronics and communication from BMS College of Engineering, which is currently located in Bangalore. And after my graduation, I worked as a software engineer at an organization called ATM Systems for about 18 months. And currently, I'm trying to transition into the role of a data analyst. And some of the tools in my skill set include Python, SQL, as well as Excel. So these are some of the skill sets which I've been learning from the past few months.
Okay, great, amazing. So you have completed your bachelor's in 2022, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you work 18 months as a software engineer, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, perfect. So, and how would you rate yourself in SQL on the scale of like 1 to 10, and why?
So I'd like to rate myself on a scale of around 6 to 7 on SQL, since it has been 3 months since I started picking up on SQL. So I did solve my fair share of problems on the internet, and I've gone through some of the tutorials on YouTube as well in order to pick up on some of the concepts, some of which include some of the YouTube videos as well. And I did practice few share of the problems, so I feel that I'm quite confident with the SQL queries. But still, I like the real life experience since I never worked on the proper. As we know, like whatever we learn over the internet, it might not be the necessarily the case when you go into an organization and when you start to work on solving the real life problems. So there are few certain gray areas which I feel like I might need to explore or like I might encounter once I start working as a data analyst. So that's why. So I like to rate myself on that particular scale.
Got it. Thank you. Okay, so let's start with some easy level theoretical question. Okay, then I would maybe give you some problem statement where you can write queries to solve it. Okay, before that, can you share your screen? Okay, so just go to a website called zeroanalyst.com/SQL. So you'll be getting an ID to kind of write queries.
/SQL, right?
SQL, yeah. Perfect. All right, so let's start with the basic question. Okay, so can you explain me the difference between inner join and the left join?
Yeah, sure. So as we know, basically joins operations are performed when we want to combine two or more columns from two or more tables. So the essential difference between the inner join and left join is, so when you perform the join operation, usually the inner join will be returning that particular set of columns where it will be identical or like it will be matching across both the tables. So that particular field, it necessarily needs to be present in both the tables and it should be matching whatever the join operation you want to perform on both the tables. Whereas in the case of the left join, it's not necessary. So in the case of a left join, all the records which are present in the left hand of the join operation or the left table, all of those records will be extracted, as well as whereas in the case of the right side of the table, only the columns which will be particularly matched in the join operation, so they will be extracted. But in the case of the left-hand side of the table, even though the records are not necessarily matching, all of the particular records will be extracted. So that's a primary difference between both of them.
Yeah, that's a great explanation. That's correct. So do you think if I change the order, right, in the table, does it matters?
Change the order in the sense, okay, it does matter because like in the case of inner join, it might not matter that much, but in the case of left join, it does essentially matter. Since I mentioned it to you before that basically whatever the records that are present on the left table, all of them will be necessarily extracted. So if you change the orders of the table, so the data which might appear in the result or the query result, they might be different from the query which you would have previously extracted when the order of the tables were reversed.
Yeah, that is correct. Thank you. So can you tell me, can we do alter a view? Do you know view in SQL?
Yeah, I don't know about view. So views are basically the virtual tables. I mean, no physical data is stored in a particular view, but they're essentially used in order to, let's say, to extract that query. Let's say if there's a complex query, and if you want to hide it, since not all that users which will be extracting that particular query, they may not be technically sound, or like if you want to protect some sensitive information, so you'll be making use of a view. So it's kind of like a virtual table where like you'll be used, and like this particular view, it in turn will be essentially referring to a table. I mean, like within which one more query will be present, which will be actually referring to the physical table where the data is stored. But view itself does not have any particular data stored in it. So it's kind of like a virtual interface. So it allows you to extract the data, but it itself does not store any data.
Okay, great. So my question was, can we alter a view?
Can we alter a view?
Yeah, alter means, let's say in a view, I have selected a few columns. Let's say I ignored a specific state, maybe Andhra Pradesh. Okay, I'm working on a sales data. I have created a views and I'm saying that I don't want to see the data for Andhra Pradesh. Now I've changed my mind. Now I want to include in that view because I'm not getting Andhra Pradesh data. So now I want to include that as well. So can we alter the view and kind of edit that query and say that this time I would need this state as well?
Yeah, sure. Just like a normal table, you can alter the view if you want to. Let's say, like if you don't want to view my particular state, and if you want to, what do you call? If you want to view a different state, yeah, you can make use of it. So yeah, essentially you can do that if you want to alter a view. If you want to, let's say, extract a different query out of a particular column, yeah, I can do that. Just like a normal table, you can alter the view itself in order to get a different query, or like in order to get a different result.
Can you write the syntax? Let's say you want to create a view.
Yeah, sure.
Just press Control plus to increase the size. Okay.
Just a minute. Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah, this fine. This fine. Yeah.
So you want
Let's
me
say
to
you have a table one. You have a table one. Okay. So
Sure.
just select two columns, column 1, column 2 from table 1.
So you want me to write the query in order to select two
Yes,
particular
yes,
columns
yeah.
from my
Simple.
table?
Imagine that you have a table 1.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And
So
you need to
so if you want me to select, let's say I'm titling the
column 2.
columns as
Yeah.
column 1 and okay, fine.
Column 2. Okay.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
from it, go to next line and you can write from just it's okay. That's really fine. Go to next line and just say from T1. Okay. Which is table 1.
T1. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Now this is a select statement we have written. Now you need to create a view.
You want me to create a view, and what does this view necessarily need to reflect? I mean, like, what are we trying to?
So this SQL statement that you are kind of writing.
Okay, fine. So you want this to be the syntax, or like to be included within the view. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Just a minute. So the view essentially not exactly create that thing.
Just go above and you can write this statement.
Yeah, sure.
Line 1, yeah.
Yeah, so it's essentially the same as creating a table. So let's say if you want to create a view, what can I name the view as?
Maybe test view 1.
Fine, sure. So test view.
That's okay. You can just say view 1. Any name is fine. Okay.
As
yeah.
So basically you want me to include this particular thing. So this is how you can generally create a view if you want to extract anything.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to place
Right.
it.
Yeah, that's correct. The parenthesis is not required, but it is okay. Even if you give it, it is still going to work. Now, let's say you have the view. Okay. You can get anything from this test view. Like let's say I'm an employee and you are giving me this view name, which is called test view 1, right? I can get the data, correct?
Yeah.
So now the requirement is that now we want to add one more column, which is called column 3 in this view. So can you alter this view? And if yes, what is going to be the syntax?
So at least as per my knowledge, as I mentioned before, I'm thinking that like, yeah, we can alter the view basically. So you can write in such as usually the syntax for altering something is alter the view. And first, we'll be providing the view name. That's view 1. And usually the syntax for adding a particular column is this, you'll be making use of the add. And let's say if you want to add a particular column number 3, and you'll be providing basically the data type of the column. If you want to add, let's say if you want this particular column to be integer, so you'll be providing it. So this is how I think like you get it done.
So let me correct you here. first of all, this test view is not a table, right? It's not a table in
Yeah.
the database.
Okay,
So
it's a view.
if you add a column and you are saying column 3 data type is int, where the column is going to be added?
Okay, sure. It might not be added necessarily with
Yes.
okay, so you are saying that we cannot alter the view once it's created then.
Yes. So the statement is very clear. If you created a view, you cannot alter it. You can delete the view and create the view with the new columns, if in case there's a new requirement.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Because
You
the
can
view
just
itself is not a table, so you cannot add a column. Now, the syntax you have written, it is correct to add a column in a table. But the thing
yeah.
is that test view is not itself is a table. It's a somehow a select statement, right? Which holds
Okay.
some SQL query, correct?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go ahead and see one more question. Then I will be giving some data set. You can write query to solve the specific key business problems. Okay.
Okay, sure.
So can you explain like what is the purpose of order by in SQL? Why we use order by?
So order by we generally use in order to sort the data. Let's say in an organization you got salaries of various employees and you want to find out, let's say, who is the highest paid employee or like who is the lowest paid employee. So this particular function order by it's highly helpful since you can sort the data in an ascending order or in a descending order, and then you can extract the query or the result which you want to particularly from that particular result. So that's
Okay,
where it comes into the picture.
that is correct. So in order by, if I just saying let's say select employee, okay, order by salary, let's say the salary column, and if I don't mention ascending or descending, will it work?
Yeah, it does work. So the default value of the order by column is a ascending order. So even if you don't mention the particular ascending or descending order, it takes an ascending order as a particular default and it returns a query accordingly.
That is correct. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a small data sets, so you can just erase everything whatever you have written. So just clear it out, and I'll
Yes.
just share a small data set. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can go to this chat box, and I have given a statement. So just copy this complete statement and just paste it into this browser. It's going to create a table and insert the data.
Sure. Do you want me to run
Okay.
it?
Yeah, I can just run it.
It's throwing up an error saying that some duplicate key value
Duplicates,
exists.
yeah. So I can do one thing, just delete that constraint, which is primary key in the show ID, okay, while creating the table. Yes. Yeah, now execute it again. Okay, so it seems like it has created the table. You can export this table. Okay, so let's
You
see
want me to
some
export?
question. Yeah, it is a Netflix data set. So you can see it has information about the show ID, the
Yeah,
show
that's
name, okay, the genre, rating that is received for that specific show, and I guess we have a release year.
yeah,
Okay.
sure. I can see all the details.
Yes, so you can see already, right? It's a simple
Yeah.
Netflix data sets.
Yeah.
We want to find all the shows that is released after 2015. Can you write a statement at the end, which is going to select all the shows that is released after 2015?
Yeah, sure. Do you mind if I can, what do you call, perform the query on my PG admin? I mean, that's where I'm
Yeah,
comfortable
you
with.
can do that. You can just copy paste this statement and
Yeah, sure.
use a PG admin. That is fine.
So I'll essentially do the same thing. Just remove
Okay, I
the.
guess you're using MySQL Workbench.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my ask. Yeah, I got it confused. I mean, like I was looking at
Okay,
the post here
it's
about
okay, no
the.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, so you essentially want me to return all the shows which are released after the year 2015, is it right?
Yes, yeah, correct.
And okay, when I'm returning it, so do you just want me to return the show name or like do you want me to return the entire, what do you call the row, like
You
including
can
all
just say
the.
select star is fine. Select star. I
Okay.
want the result. So let's say you
Yeah,
have the data
got
set,
it.
you have the table. I need the complete results. Okay.
Got it. Got it. So we'll be selecting from this particular table and So do you want me to include the shows released in 2015 or like it should be greater than, I mean, like it should be after 2015?
After 2015.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so just a minute. So that you can take a better.
Yes, this is correct. So you can just minimize this the action message. It's
Yeah.
okay. We got the answer, correct? So next problem statement on the same data set is that for each genre, okay, we want to find out the minimum rating and the maximum rating.
So you want to find out the what do you call the minimum and maximum for each genre.
Each
That's
genre,
correct.
yes. Yeah, you can just run the above query again, select star from Netflix, so you can see the data set, and then you can build your logic.
Okay, sure. Got it.
If you
Okay,
want to
so
write down, you can write down the question as well. So it is going to help you to build the logic. So the question is
yeah.
that for each genre, we want the minimum rating and the maximum rating. So basically for each genre, we will have one set of row result.
Yeah, got it. So highest and lowest rated in each genre. That's correct, right?
Yes, yes.
So essentially we can perform this. So first of all, we need to partition the genre and accordingly we need to return the okay file. So the highest rated as well as the lowest rated. For it. So if I do, I mean I can do it. Can so if I provide a row number for a bank, that's not necessarily into if I plan the highest and the lowest bank, I need to go.
If you need help, so you can ask. So I can maybe
Yeah, no, no,
explain.
that's it. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out. So if I'll be
Okay.
needing any help, I'll just let you know. So, yeah. So, right. This might throw me an error. So let's see if I group them by the nights of the from the journey. Let's see. So yeah, so this query, I guess it should be fine. I mean, like I'm essentially grouping the genre and I'm extracting the maximum and the minimum out of everything.
Yeah, so this is correct. So you are getting now each genre and the maximum and the minimum rating, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
So
what you
now,
want to.
yeah, this is fine. This is correct because you're simply selecting three columns. In one column, you're doing the group by, and in another two columns, you are basically simply using the aggregation functions, right?
Yeah.
So it is working. Now I just want to add one more condition here. I want to see each genre and the minimum and the maximum rating only for the movies that has been released in the last 5 years.
That has been released in the last 5 years, is it?
Yes. Yes.
Just let me
Starting
take
from
it
the
back.
current year, right? Starting from the current year. So in the last 5 years, let's say
Okay,
we are in the 2024 or 2024. So any movies that has been released in 2019, 2020, 21, 23, 24, right?
okay, yeah. So basically, so you
You
want
can
to see
write down
the
the question. You can write down
yeah,
the second line of the question that above where you have written the questions. That's where you can add one more line.
in the last
Only,
5 years.
yeah, in the last 5 years, yeah.
It's actually first I need to filter out the can I just assume it like I can use a where statement to filter it out, but I'm just saying like so should I like extract a particular column for the current year, or like can I take a look at the table saying that for I know that 2022 is the latest year. I mean like at least from the table, so I can just figure out
Anyways,
the
fine.
data.
Anyways, fine.
And then 27. At least from that.
Current year is 2024. So you can assume it is 2019.
2029. That this should be in front of group. First, we will be performing the where, and then we should be performing the group part. So I guess this is what I'm trying to, because like some of the genres have been excluded since I guess none of them have been released in the past 5 years.
Yeah, this is correct. So yeah, this is how we can solve this problem. Because here, before doing the group by, you are filtering the data by release year. So any film, any shows that has a release after 2019, that is only included here, right? Then
Yeah,
we
so
are essentially selecting the genre, then max rating and min rating.
yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
So last one more question on this same data sets we have. Okay.
Okay.
We want to find out the shows from each genre. Okay, you can write it down. It is little bit challenging, not too difficult, but you can still achieve it. So we want to find out. You can just say find shows information. You can just write maybe find shows information.
Okay.
Okay, like whatever it is, show ID informations, whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So
That's
find
pretty
shows.
fine.
Yeah. So find shows informations. Information each genre you can remove
Okay.
only only if the rating is greater than the average rating of that genre. If you want me to explain, so I can explain it with an example.
No, I got it, I guess. So in every genre, basically you want to return the movie only if that particular movie's rating is like, let's say, the greater than the average of that particular genre, not the average of the entire table, right?
Yes. So basically, let's say there's a film which we have XYG, and that is belongs from a genre, let's say thriller. Okay. In the thriller, the average rating, let's say, is kind of 7.5. Now, if that film is having a rating which is more than the average rating of that film genre, average rating, I mean, that film, the show rating must be greater than their genre's average rating. If that is true, we would want to see each and every informations. Like this is how we can identify good performing film in that specific genre and bad performing film in that specific genre.
Yeah, sure. I guess I got it. What you're trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So first, let me try to find the average rating of each genre. So that
Mm-hmm.
can be achieved something like the left genre and then the average rating as average
It's called
rating.
AVG, short form. You don't have to write the yes, AVG. Yes.
Will be particularly selecting from this particular Netflix, and then we should be grouping it back together as Since we require the so this is the average rating across each genre. That's fine. So I can use this as a CTE table. And just a minute. So, we'll be returning everything like that to particular genre should be is equal to just fine. Yeah, not a problem. So we will be selecting everything from our table. What is it called? Netflix. Where basically Netflix genre should be equal to Netflix. Or I guess we can join these two tables, yeah. Alright. So I'll be essentially joining it with CT. And Netflix, I can use join CT. And so basically the genre should be the same in both the things. Netflix dot, I mean, let me name it as N and this, we call it as P. So I'll be returning essentially N dot start of everything on Netflix. N dot genre should be equal to sorry C dot genre. And basically the rating should be higher than the average rating. So N dot rating should be greater than the average rating across C dot rating. Yes, this should fetch me the result what I'm looking for. Just a minute. I'll add it and see if it works or not. It's saying yes unknown. Okay, sorry. I in the column as average rating down. Yeah, so this, I guess this particular query has fetched whatever you asked for.
So can you verify? Can you check with the average rating?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute. So basically first, this CTA table, we are basically, just a minute. So in this particular CTA table, first we are fetching the genre for everything. So the sci-fi, so the drama and the okay, everything we are fetching. But in this
Do one
particular
thing along with this, where you are selecting everything from the Netflix in the after the city, also include this average rating from the city to compare it.
what is it?
I'm saying where you are selecting n dot star, that means everything from the Netflix table, give a comma and also add a average rating from the city.
Okay, so you want me to include the average rating score as well, is it?
Yeah, that's how we can verify, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sorry, I should
The
have
column
done
name
that.
is not correct. I guess you need to put the correct column name, which is
Oh
average
yeah,
rating.
it's AV. So yeah, 8.8 and the average rating is 8.6 and it's 9.5. The average rating is yeah, it seems to be 5. But
Okay.
I'm just wondering, am I missing out on few genres? I mean, like I can only see 1, 2, 3 genres, but if I remember, there seems to be an additional genre. Yeah,
So
looks
we have
like
how
I'm
many genre? We have
yeah,
here, we have 7 genre, right? In your result, how
yeah.
many genre you're getting?
In my result, I'm only getting genre. Yeah, I'm not getting all of them, that's for sure.
Do you know the
Because
reason why you are not getting all the genre?
that's what I'm wondering. Okay, fine. I might be using this join. So if I use a join, basically it goes across. It should search for it. I mean, like It goes across and like search for everything, right?
So here is the issue. Okay, the problem is here in the join, you're using a and condition. Okay, so
Yeah.
instead of this, just remove this and conditions. Let's say we will do that later on. Remove this and conditions from here and put that in the where condition.
Which one? This particular thing? Where?
Yes, this line. And if it's a where, now I can run this query. Okay, so you are still getting how many? I guess.
I mean, I'm only getting the three genres: the sci-fi, the drama, and the crime. I'm just wondering
Okay.
where I'm getting it wrong. I'm selecting it.
So
Yeah.
I guess in the Netflix, we can check how many distinct genre are there. There could be maybe some duplicate genres are also there.
I mean, but yeah, there might be some
Yeah, so the
duplicate.
issue is that it's not the issue, I would say. Few genre only has one film. Okay, so you can just change
So
this
the average, okay,
greater
fine.
than
That should be,
equals,
yeah, equal to, okay,
greater than
yeah.
equals. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, that, I mean, then it should have worked in the AND statement as well, right? Even if I place it in the AND statement earlier, like earlier.
No, the and statement is not the best practice. There's reasons because when you will be doing the join, that time you should not define the conditions because that's not our conditions that we should put in the and statement. Once we do the join, once we get the data, then we will filter the data. Okay.
Okay, yeah, as I remember, there's a particular order in SQL as well, right?
Yes.
The group by comes, no, if I remember, the where comes first, and then group by, and then order by, and on top of it, like joins is a one.
Yeah, so that's not the best practice. Sometimes you'll be getting the results, but sometimes you'll not, you'll be getting bugs. So it is better once we get the data, then you can filter if in case there is a requirement. If there is a no requirement, then obviously you will not filter, but there is a requirement, then you can filter. So now if you see, we are getting, I guess, all the film, okay, all the show, which is which has a rating which is greater than or equals to the average rating. Let's say in one genre we only have one show, right?
Yeah,
So
like
the
this,
average is going to be same, right? Average
yeah,
is going to
like
be
in
same
the
like the rating.
in the case of thriller, we missed out on certain columns if you look at thriller because like as you mentioned that there can be only one thing since like the rating is essentially equal to the average rating. Now we are able to fetch the queries. Earlier, yeah, that's where I guess I got it wrong. I mean, I was just thinking like fine, it should be greater than the average, so I just focused on that thing. Yeah, I missed out
Yeah,
on
so I
that.
guess this is fine. Thank you so much, right? I think you did really well. Talking about my feedback, I would say awesome because with all the points, whatever the problem statement I have given, you have explained it very well. Just a theoretical part, I would just say maybe if you have a little bit more kind of understanding of theoretical part, it'd be great. Rest everything is great and keep learning and keep solving more challenging problem statement. Okay. Last one advice from my end is that when you see a problem,
Yeah,
just directly instead of solving it, which you are doing, which is great, like you're first exploring the data sets, kind of, then you are building your logic, like how you would solve the problem, like how would go step by step, which is great. You can also ask cross question, right? Let's say here I have given a statement like get all the show where we need the show which is greater than their average rating in their genre, right? So here you can ask cross question like anything that you feel so that you can understand, because if you ask cross question by that time you would also feel little bit confidence and you would also get some more time, right, to think
yeah,
about while this interviewer is explaining, because the person who has given you the question, that person will be able to explain the problem statement in much easily, right? Let's say you are trying to understand it, you may need to read 3 to 4 times, but if somebody who has given the question, that person can explain it in a better way, right? So
yeah.
sometimes simple questions we are not able to understand. We just need to, again, same happen with everyone, me as well, so we need to read 2 or 3 times, right, to understand it. But the person who given the question, because that person is live with you, so that person can explain it in a better way so that you can understand, like in easy layman way, right? So the way
Yeah.
we write is a different and the way we explain it is a different. So I guess that's where you can kind of cross question as well. Okay, so rest everything is perfect. You did wonderful, and I wish you all the best. If you want to ask anything, you can go ahead and ask me.
Yeah, so that's one of the things, like as you mentioned. So I'm like still there are certain gray areas, as you mentioned, like I should be cross questioning more and other areas that can be helpful for me. Since like I know that I'm comfortable, like I tried out few of the things, but as you mentioned, like few of the things I just read it on the part. I never tried out the particular views on that because there were very few problem statements which I came across online, which really made use of the view statement. So whatever I read through it, most of it was like theoretical. I never implemented it as like unlike the joins and all, because most of the problems which I came across online, most of them were related to either joins or the window, I mean like the ranking functions. Just wondering, are there any other resources where I can just go and like execute all of this, the views as well, so that I can get a better idea or like understanding of it?
So, so what you're asking is basically based on the topic, if you can get more problem statement,
Yeah.
right?
So based on a particular problem, if I can
Let's
get
say,
like
yeah.
execute.
So for that, so you can explore. I have recently launched a SQL mentor bot in our Discord community. Okay.
Okay.
If you go to Discord community, you would be able to see that different peoples are exploring. So let me maybe share my screen and show you.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. So this is the bot that I am talking about. So at the moment I have added 400 plus questions. So if you let's say go to this group, and if you just type here call, I guess we can call it help to see all the available commands. Okay, now all these available commands are here. What you just need to say is the topic. Okay, so if I say here this accelerators science topic, and you will see all the available topic based on which you can get a question. Okay, let's say I want to get a questions for, let's say, join. Okay, so I can simply type, you can see how to use it, topic, then you can just type the topic name. So we would say topic and I can say join. Okay, so I'll be getting a random question based on the join. So you can see this is the question, and if you solve these questions you will also get some points as well. Okay, so this, the time that is given is 15 minutes. This is the data sets you can copy paste into your IDE, and you can read the problem statement here, and to submit it you would just need to say submit, and your query, whatever the query, let's say select everything from T, right? Again, it's not a correct query, but it is going to tell you that if it is a correct or incorrect, right? Because I have submitted incorrectly, so it has deducted 10 points from my account. Okay, so it's a nice way of learning by different companies or different topics, and a lot of other options are there. Okay, you can also participate in daily challenge. You can also set your difficulty level easy, medium, and hard. Okay, so a
Got
lot of
it.
functions are there. You can join the community. You can find the link in the any of my YouTube video descriptions, or you can maybe DM me. I'll send you the link. Okay.
Okay, sure. That seems to be highly helpful. It's like you
Yeah.
seem to be partitioned everything by a particular function. Or
Yeah.
yeah, that will be helpful
We
if I
have a
want
company
to.
wise question as well. We have like you can select the company, and let's say you want to only solve question regarding Adobe, or you want to only solve question regarding Airbnb or maybe Amazon. So you can select that as well, because let's say if you are preparing for that company, you have upcoming interview. So somebody who has already given the interview in those companies, they may have they usually share the questions in LinkedIn, or maybe they have shared the question with me. So somehow I collected those questions and basically added in this bot. Also real time, if you get any questions, if you have given an interview, so you can also submit your questions. So there are options called submit questions. You would write the company name and the question, then my team is going to review it, and they would be creating a proper question and update that in the bot. All right, so this is the one
Yeah.
way of learning.
Yeah, so there's just one more thing which I wanted to clarify. So how important is a portfolio? Because like I've been applying to few of the jobs. I haven't built a portfolio exactly yet. I just mentioned few of my projects in the resume, and I mentioned my previous work experience. And lately I've been applying to few of the jobs, but the chances of getting a callback seem to be very low. So I was just wondering as to how I can increases my chances of getting a callback. So how essentially, sir, because I've been hearing at least from some of the YouTube creators, like what do you call the editors or the creators, they've been mentioning about the importance of a particular portfolio. Since I never worked as like, I mean, like I never spent what do you call building up a portfolio as such. So I was wondering, so should I be doing that? As since like I mean, like for now, I feel like my part of like learning the SQL and like practicing the queries, that particular part is done. So what should I be doing like moving ahead so that I can increase the chances of like what do you call standing out my resume as such? Since like it, yeah, it's kind of hard like getting a call back right now. So I was wondering what I could be doing like on that particular front.
See, what I would recommend, having a portfolio is a good. Okay, Now, best place to have a code field instead of having it in a different website. Just if you do not have a GitHub account, okay, just create a GitHub account and kind of update your profile nicely, like what you do, what is your skill set, each and everything you would mention. And as soon as you create any repository, as soon as you do any project, you can create a repository, you can create a README file, and you can kind of upload your project over there. You can upload your SQL queries, the question that you have solved. Now for that, I have included all this tutorial in every of my project and section. So you can go any of my project and section, you will see how to create a repository, how to upload the project. Okay. So that is how, first of all, if somebody is validating your credential, let's say you have mentioned, complex SQL, right? So maybe you do not have a proper work experience, so they may want to see your project, right? So in your project, they may can just click in your resume link, they will redirect to your GitHub. So that's where they can explore different projects as well, like all the projects that you have done. And maybe they can also see the way you have written the queries and the way you have solved the problems, right? So sometimes it is important that maybe you know everything, but you are not able to showcasing them. Even you have mentioned in the resume, but how they are going to verify, right? So maybe if they see how you're writing the query, how you're giving proper space, how you're following all the rules and everything, so maybe that is going to increase, chance of, I would say, maybe giving you a chance of maybe a call, right?
Yeah.
That's the first thing. So I would say the importance is pretty much good, but not that much important. But again, essentially, you should have your GitHub profile where you will be kind of uploading or contributing to other projects and uploading your projects. So that is how you will build a kind of, I can say, social platform where which you can showcase with the recruiters, like your passion about learning, right? So this is you can show. And the second, if I talk about the getting a call for the interview, so that's where you need to spend more time on designing the resume, right? So you need to first select a simple layout. There are a few videos that are also there on YouTube channel as well, and you need to design a layout which is kind of really nice. So starting with your skills, because you do not have a experience, so it is better to skip that summary section. So first your name, the job role you're targeting, your city, contact address, and your portfolio link, or maybe your GitHub link. Okay, and also your LinkedIn link. Then the second is going to be like your skill sections. Let's say it is kind of SQL, Power BI, Python, whatever the main skills you have. Then you can also add your soft skill as well in the skill section. Then you would be adding few project, right? If you do not have experience or maybe internship you have done, or few projects you would be adding. So you would add a hyperlink. So if there's somebody click on that project, that is going to redirect to your GitHub page. Okay. So try to ensure in the project that you're going to write 3 to 4 bullet points. Each bullet point should have a strong kind of, you can say, action verb. So like, I conducted this, and I conducted kind of EDA on this data sets and identified this problem, then solve this problem. This kind of increase, you can say, again, kind of impact, right? It has to be action verb and impact, and also it has to be in the bullet points, not a kind of storyline, right? So somebody, if somebody is going to read even one line, so they would be able to understand what impact you have created. And no, either obviously you have not worked, but you can at least add some number impact, like it has increased the performance of query executions by 30%, or maybe 200% or 500%, right? So in a number way you can mention the impact, which is measurable impact, and the action verb, like whatever, every line should tell basically what you have done. Okay, so this is one thing. And the second thing, if you are applying for jobs, it is also better to have a really optimized Naukri.com profile, because I have seen that for the freshers, basically if you are targeting for 0 to 1 year experience, the companies which are hiring, they do not go to LinkedIn. Maybe not all the company have LinkedIn profile, and they don't go to LinkedIn, right? So what they do is they basically, instead of people applying to them, they simply go to Naukri.com and find the profile based on the keyword they search, and they just call them. Okay, so I would suggest that have a better strong profile in Naukri.com, and try to add all this relevant skills. You know it, you don't know it, just add it. Okay, so that you can learn it later on as well. Okay, so once you have that, that is going to increase your chance of getting the interview call. Also in 2 or 3 days, keep updating something, keep making some changes. Okay, second, I would suggest have a 1 or 2 different resume template. Okay, because some company, maybe they're focusing on only on kind of SQL and maybe a little bit of database like Power BI. So you need to focus more on SQL syntax, and maybe the complex queries, complex join. You can just write this type of syntax in the bullet points, and also in the skill sections, like you can mention triggers or maybe whatever the advanced store procedures. Okay, So data modeling, all those things you can add. Now some company is maybe focusing more of Power BI, but little bit of SQL. So that's where you can create one more kind of version of your resume where you would more focus on Power BI, and you will showcase maybe two Power BI kind of, you know, project and one maybe SQL projects, right? So depending on the different requirement you would be applying, and that is going to definitely increase your chance of getting interview calls. And a lot of companies are going to basically, you know, start hiring because 2025 is already coming, right? So a lot of companies are going to start looking for the candidate maybe after 15 December. So because so every company has some process that is on the line, so they would definitely start new process, they would need new people, right? So that is somehow is going to increase your chance if you keep on modifying and updating your profile. Have a nice LinkedIn profile, reach out to all the data analysts in different companies. Set a target of, let's say, 100 companies which can give you job, right? And in every company, try to see the HR, try to send a request to HR nice way, don't ask for the directly job. And also in every company, send a request to the data analyst. Okay, let's say you are targeting XYZ company, go to LinkedIn, write the XYZ company name and the data analyst. You would see all the data analysts, like 3 to 4 at least. Try to send 3 to 4 connections request, and maybe 1 or 2 people will accept your request, right? If you have a professional account, and then once they accept it, just maybe start your conversations, send a nice message, greetings, wishing a good day, and then XYZ, you know, then gradually you can ask for the referrals, or even if they post something, you would automatically get notifications. Okay, so this is all. If you can follow, it's definitely going to increase your chance of getting interview calls. While meantime, you can keep on learning and keep on solving the advanced problem statement. Target for just not only one job role, maybe target also for business analyst entry level, and maybe data analyst. Maybe you can also plan for data engineer if you are good with SQL and Python. So you can keep on learning those new technologies and new tools which can get you those role, right? Because everyone is going after data analyst, so maybe there's a more scope in other role. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thanks a
All
lot. Those
right.
are some valuable inputs. I'll try to take them up. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining in, and I wish you good luck and see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for watching the video till the end. If you have enjoyed this video and if you have liked this content, do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a good day. Take care. Bye bye.